So we are here on YouTube and also on, yes, we are on Facebook. So it's such a pleasure and an honor to have all of you here. Please type number 1 if you're watching live, type number 2 if you're watching on a replay. And as you are connecting, I would love for you to type your full name and also your the country where is that you're connecting. On Zoom, we already know we have Edina, Almina, we have Clement, we have Carlo. On Instagram, we have different people. We also have uh, on Zoom Lydia, Almira, Alexander, Odeyai, Olu. Hello, my Nigerian friends. Amabella, Almira from Bosnia. Well, welcome everybody. So let's go ahead and get started. I know that you've been here with me, and we are still in the process of sorting all of the challenges to broadcast to different channels, especially when we are. Okay, let me see. Okay, well, especially when we have so many different channels that we want to make sure that everybody is here with us. Okay, I'm trying to see if they see me. They still don't see me. Yes, they see me now on YouTube, but they don't see us on. Yes, they see us on YouTube. Let me see. Let me confirm on Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook, please let me know. Type number 1 if you are here with us, if you're watching live or if you're watching on a replay. It's exciting. So, anyways, uh, today we're going to be talking about a specific topic. We're going to be talking about ginseng. We're still with Refine, which is our flagship product. And I really, really, really love this product. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, first of all, gives you energy, gives you focus, helps you with so many things. But, it's our very first product. And we're going to talk about ginseng. And ginseng is one of those things that all of us can actually use and benefit from. And it's not only on its own, in Refine, there's a combination of two. Last week, we spoke about ginkgo. Today, we're going to talk about ginseng and the concentration. What is it for? How can it help me? The roots, where is it coming from? We're going to also talk about, the different types of ways that we can use it. And one of them, there are some products. And thank you so much. As you're joining, just keep on typing your name and also where is that you're connecting from. If you're connecting from a different place other than Europe, let me also know. But as we continue on this Zoom broadcast, whatever you want to call it, I want to make sure that you tell people, if you've invited them, if you invited a customer or somebody that is considering purchasing Refine, which is a combination of ginkgo and ginseng, please let them know that they can participate in a draw. And this draw is going to take place at the end of our call. And it's going to be really good because we will enjoy not only the time today together learning, but we will also, some of you, one or two of you will enjoy having to try this product maybe for the first time, maybe, again, or if you're a regular customer, we don't know. But as you're joining, keep on just bringing the names and your country. It's exciting and it's nice to have you here. Alrighty. So we do have a slide. I have my slides here ready, and I'm gonna start sharing them with you. And what I want you to do is I really, really want you to pay attention, because those of you who are actually partners will benefit from this call, and you can actually take these, and maybe some of your customers are not speaking English, and you can take this information and put it into your own language, and actually benefit from having a combined compilation of different medical studies. We do not claim anything. We do not say that we are let me see here. Yes, we people say that they don't hear, but we can hear. Yes, but we have different things here that we can benefit from. So today, let me see, I'm just making sure that we are having all of our things together. Yes, yes, yes. No. Okay. So I'm gonna put my slides here, and as I'm if you're on Instagram, you can't see them. You need to go to YouTube or to Facebook. At some point, we will be able, and I'm working on it for you to be able to watch it somewhere, either underneath in the screen on Instagram or in any other place. But as of now, if you're on YouTube or on Facebook, inside of our group, you're gonna be able to see it. So I'm gonna be showing our slides. Okay, so here we go. Okay, yeah, on Zoom, can you see it? Let me see. Do you see it on Zoom? Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Okie doke. See it on Zoom or don't see it on Zoom? Yes, perfect. So we are about to also check here on YouTube and also on Facebook or Facebook group. Okay. And in our Facebook group, can somebody tell me here from Zoom, can you go to Facebook and let me know if the video is playing, if there's if our Facebook live is on, because I'm curious. Because sometimes that's where we have the most challenges in that platform. If you could let me know if any of you here on Zoom could help me, like open up maybe your computer or your cell phone, and let me know if you're seeing us also on let me see here on Facebook. All right, so I'm gonna be showing you guys our presentation of the day. Today, I think that it is really, really cool. It's really cool to be able to actually, yes, we see it. People are saying yes, we see it. Perfect, perfect. And okay, on Zoom we are seeing it. Yes, so Facebook is working, Alexander, in our group. Yes, yes or no? Yes, Facebook is working. Let me know. And we're just gonna go get into it. And I'm not gonna be very long today. Okay. So we don't know if it's working, but if it is, make sure if you are on our Facebook group, make sure that you type your name and the country where you are actually watching us from. Thank you so much, Lydia and Alexander. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me see, because I don't see that the people are actually seeing our feed on. Okay, perfect. So anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and roll, because we are having so many challenges with this thing, which is a bit frustrating. But let me pull our presentation. Okay, so the important notice: I'm not a doctor. I will never be a doctor. I will never strive to be a doctor or a professional. This is barely, and not barely, but literally, this what you're seeing here, it is for educational purposes. Thank you, Lydia, for confirming. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And also for our corporate team that is here, taking notes of the names and countries. So we're not doctors. Our products are not designed to treat, cure, diagnose, or make you feel better, or grow more hair, or heal any specific illness, or they're not just designed for a specific group of people, although there are some people who benefit from our products. And we have seen many testimonials, we have seen many different things that have helped, from children to adults, and so on and so forth. So as you know, the information you're going to receive, it all comes from documented medical studies. They are not done in our products. The documented medical studies that we're going to mention are actually clinical studies done on extracts of ginkgo and ginseng. So whatever you're going to hear, we are not saying or declaring or implying that we have medical studies on refined. We do not, but there are thousands of medical studies done on ginkgo and ginseng. So as we go along with our presentation, let's just get into it. How many of you have tried refine? I know that I have made so many of you who have tried it. If you're on Instagram, please let me know if you've tried refine. Please let me know, and also make sure that you type your name and your country, because we're gonna be selecting a winner. Type number 3 if you've ever tried refine, either in whichever platform. Type number 3 if you've ever tried refine. Type number 3, and type number 4 if you have never tried it. Let me see. In Zoom, we have a lot of people here, and they're participating. Yes, and we also perfect. Almost everybody have tried it. And if you have not tried refine, type number 4. Let me see who has not tried it. Alrighty, so mostly everybody has tried refine and ginkgo and ginseng. So today, what I really want to go into is in our presentation. And on Zoom, we have it, and we're gonna talk about ginseng and why ginseng is such a great component of refine, because it has a great synergy with ginkgo, and our refined product is actually ginkgo and ginseng. So I'm gonna go ahead and just read a couple things for you. But what is ginseng? What can how can I use it? Where does it come from? What is special about it? Ginseng is a natural supplement known for its ability to enhance mental clarity and energy, making it a popular choice for cognitive support. Now, it is a root. It is a root, and ginseng, and we use the extract of the root of the ginseng. There are many types of components, but we use the extract that has the most, the most strength inside of its product. Now, let me ask you one thing. Do you ever feel mentally foggy or drained? Type me or 5 if you've ever felt like you're like dragging. There are some days that are not easy, and if you've ever felt like foggy or drained or tired, type number 5. If you've ever struggled with staying focused or productive at work, or maybe in the computer and you can't really focus, type number 5. Or maybe just stress. If that is you, type 5. That's me. I love to hear information that is going to improve my life. But what is ginseng? We already went through our slide, but literally it is an adaptogenic root. Which means, what's adaptogenic? It's something that adapts, something that can actually move towards what we really need. And it has been used for centuries, especially in Korea and China, and also in our Native American medicine. It is known for helping our body adapt to stress and for increasing, our energy throughout the day and increasing our attention and focus. It's like a nature way. Instead of us getting a monster or a lot of caffeine or a whole bunch of other not natural products in our body, but this is the natural way to actually fight the brain fog, fatigue, stress without the crash. I love caffeine, but when I drink coffee or any other drink that contains caffeine, which could be chocolate, which could be anything like that, actually you go like this. How many of you, like, don't be shy. The reason why we created these talks is for all of us to participate. This is not just like a lecture that you go and just listen to Danny and that's it. No, I would love for you guys to participate. But how many of you have felt that when you drink coffee or anything that has caffeine, you actually, your energy goes up, 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 and then you have a crash? You start like just goes down really fast, or you get the jitters. Have you ever felt that way with coffee? Let me know here in the chat, because I feel that way when I drink a lot of coffee, which is not healthy. It's good, with moderation, but it's not healthy when you take 3, 4, 5, 6 cups of coffee. So there are many types of ginseng. We actually use the Panax ginseng, which is the Korean ginseng. That's the type of ginseng we use, which is for energizing and for focus, for stamina. Yes, thank you so much. For those of you who said yes, yes, thank you. The people on Zoom are amazing. They're all here. Come on, guys, on Instagram, let's say something. We are here to participate and we're here to learn, because those of you who are partners, especially, you will use this information for you to be able to grow your community of customers, which is really important. So now, going forward, what can we do with this ginseng? Many things. Especially if you have a testimonial, please start typing here in the chat. I do have my personal testimonial. What do I like about it? Simply, as you know, I am one of the owners of the company. I design, refine, and the other products as well. And we're always on the move. We're always on the move. We're always doing something, phone calls, meetings, different things. And I am under a lot of stress. And that is how I live. And that's how many other people live. And, is it good? Is it bad? Let's face it. When you're building a business, or when you are advancing in your career, or when you're in school and you're trying to complete your semester or your career or whatever it might be, there is stress. There is stress. And Lydia saying that she can only take coffee 2 times a day. I only take it once, but for me, it's more than needing energy, is the social fact that I can sit down every morning with my husband and we drink coffee. We sit down, we chat, we read, our Bible. We do different things, and we enjoy the time together. But whenever you need energy, of course, you just do it because you do it. But there are some of us who do it because of the nature of the social interactions. Now, if you do it too much, it can actually damage you. Thank you, Lydia. But how can we use ginseng? And my personal story, without getting out of the topic, I'm under a lot of stress, as many of you women and men who have families and we have things to do. We have, if you have a business, or if you are a partner with NH Global full time, this is a full-time job, and you know that you're always busy and on the move. But stress is going to be there, but there is something very powerful. And this only just remove refine, but just think about this in as a way to change your mindset. But when we can handle a storm of stress with peace, is very different from being in a storm with a whole bunch of stress. There are two different ways to handle situations in our life, and this will make it easier for me. That's what I like about it. I can handle stress and the daily challenges of life and the busyness of life with more ease, with a product like Refine. You take it twice a day. Thank you. Miss Odeyayi. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing properly. Did I pronounce it right, Miss Odeyayi? She takes it twice a day. Yes, the recommendation is for you to take it twice a day. When I have a headache, because it increases the blood flow, like there's medical studies done on that, I take it twice, not twice, but twice a dose. Or in the moment, I'll grab 2 droppers, or I'll do 3 droppers whenever I have a headache. And it helps. It's really good. Instead of me popping a Tylenol or, acetaminophen or any other thing that is not natural, I always do this. This is my first resource when it comes to headaches. Uh, it does not always help. So that's why I'm telling you, it's not to cure, it's not to help. I mean, to cure or treat anything. So, but it can help you. So, you try in your pronunciation. My pronunciation, thank you. I have, I know different languages, so I'm not sure. I speak Spanglish some days, I speak Slovensky, whatever, like Serbian, not Serbian. I don't speak Serbian at home, but we do speak some Slovenian. And okay, Mrs. Odeyayi. Like if I say it in Mexican, it's Odeyayi. That's how I will say it. But you know, it's beautiful. You have a beautiful name. Going back to the topic, that's how I enjoy it. How can it help you? And what is the synergy? How I feel good dashing out from the house without. Yes, Amabella saying that she doesn't feel good just leaving her home without the refine. It's really, really, really helpful. Okay, I have something here. Yes, and you can see where it comes from. So let's go and dive into it. What are the benefits? There are many benefits. Ginseng has been used for thousands of years in Asian cultures for the way it helps energize our bodies, for the energizing properties more than anything. And from traditional and herbal remedies to modern supplements, ginseng's role is to just basically promote your health and wellness, and is well documented. And we're gonna talk about that in just a second. I'm gonna be very brief today, because I want to make sure that we finish on time. Last week we did not, but today we will, even before. And there is scientific evidence of, the benefits of ginseng. And I would love to bring out some of those medical studies, to you, so you can actually get to see what's behind it. And I can type, some of those medical studies in the chat, on Zoom, and also on Instagram and Facebook, our Facebook group, so you can have them. But um, the combination and the synergy between ginseng and cognition. What is cognition? If you don't know what that is, I also am not literate in medicine or anything like that, but cognition is anything that has to do with your brain, with how you process information and how you actually perform at a mental level. And that goes for everything, like when you're talking, when you're remembering passwords, when you are having good or bad energy. I'm not talking about anything weird, but energy, actually feeling good to go and work when you're not dragging. So there is a medical study, and I'm gonna show it to you in the screen. Let me copy it. We're gonna open up window. There is a medical study that has been done on the effects of ginseng in cognitive function. And this medical study was done by Chinese doctors, and it's a medical study from 2024. So it's a really recent medical study. When we decided to come to the market and produce Refine, there were already thousands of medical studies about ginseng and ginkgo. But today I'm gonna show you these, and I'm gonna stop sharing my screen on Zoom, and I'm gonna share the this medical study. And so we're gonna get into it. But what are the effects of ginseng in our cognitive function? And you can read this. This medical study is available for anybody. I can post it here on Zoom. Let me post it. There you go. I'm gonna also post it here. Alrighty. Okay. Yes, it's there. Anyways, I'll be able to post this later on at the end of our broadcast on Facebook and Instagram for the sake of time. So if you're not seeing this on your screen, either on Facebook or Instagram, we will make sure that you receive this information. But there's an abstract. There is a specific way that people use it in China, because they have the traditional Chinese medicine, which is actually a another side or area of medical studies done on herbs, because this is what people in this part of the world use as medications. They actually have higher dosages than we do. And usually the medical studies done on cognition or focus or energy with ginkgo and ginseng are done literally in the dosages that we have. This is the USA bottle. This is a different label. The product is the same. And this is our European, label. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. So I'm gonna just read you the entire thing. There are some words that I'm not 100% sure that I pronounce them right, but we're gonna go ahead and make an effort for you and I to understand this medical study. There are many other medical studies, but let's go ahead and dive into it. Ginseng is a kind of traditional medicine, and is widely believed that ginseng can improve cognitive function, but its clinical efficacy is controversial. That is why we say, you see these? The clinical evidence or the evidence is controversial. There are some medical studies that says that it helps. There are medical studies says that, well, it might not. That is why, since it's not a medicine and every single person is different, and that is why I want to stop right here, because you can take refine. And for those of you who are participating actively, this is a really cool way for you guys to also give me a word from your side. But since it is adaptogenic, the same results are not going to happen for a person in a specific time. And what does that mean? I can take refine today, and today I'm not sick, I don't have a flu, I don't have a cold, I have no medical issues, and my body is going to behave a little bit different. But whenever everything changes, let's say that I'm a woman and then I'm about to have my period. So you have a variant of, the hormonal, compounds in our body. Now, if you're a man, of course, you don't have your periods, but you can still have different, glucose levels, cortisol levels. What is cortisol level? Is the hormone of stress, and it's not bad and it's not good. It's bad when it's in high quantities, but cortisol can actually help you wake up when you're asleep. Your body wakes you up either with your alarm sounding off and for you to wake up, or you just simply wake up, and that's a natural response from your body, and that is caused by cortisol. So there are different variants in our bodies, from hormones, from different viruses that we face. So that is why the clinical efficacy or the consistency on the effects of ginseng and also ginkgo are different. And that's also, one of the reasons why when we have refine with different seasons, the production of refine will look a little bit more darker or a little bit more lighter than other times. There are some productions, there are some harvesting from our providers that are more bitter or are a little bit less bitter. And you will notice this because it is a plant, it is an herb. So that is why you don't have a Coca-Cola, you don't have a Coke for you to actually have the same color, the same everything. There are medications, although, and I have to mention this, that use high, amounts of chemicals that can preserve the same taste on medicines that use ginkgo and ginseng. But we don't do that. We do everything natural. So with that said, I'm going to continue. This study that we're talking about is aimed to systematically evaluate the effects of ginseng on cognitive improvement. This is a systematic review and meta-analysis of the randomized control trials, which means they have been doing these things with different groups of people, which trials means groups, or a medical study that is done on a certain population. Women, this is an example, women 20 to 30 years old. That's a controlled trial. And then there's another one, older people, kids and things like that. So here you can read searching PubMed, Web of Science, and the Cochrane Library and Medline databases to collect RCTs, which are the control trials that I'm telling you of ginseng on the effects of human cognitive function. So the time ranges from the establishment of the database of December of 2023. So literally what they did, this medical study is done on, different medical studies compared to their data. And I'm going to go a little bit further. So we're not just going to be here, talking about medical studies and medical terms that we probably don't understand, and I include myself there. But, after the data extraction, the meta-analysis was performed using Stata 17.0 software. So they came together, all of the scientists, they took all the medical studies, they took their own medical study, and they put it in a software. And a total of 15 medical trials, RCTs, were included. 671 patients were analyzed. The subjects, or the demographic that I was talking to you about, were included healthy people, patients with cognitive impairment, schizophrenia, people who were in the hospital, and people with Alzheimer's. So the intervention measures were mainly ginseng preparations. So they took different medical studies and their own trial, which is a medical study with only ginseng or mainly with ginseng. So the meta-analysis resulted indicated that ginseng has a significant effect on memory improvement, especially in high dosages. And ginseng did not have a positive effect on all overall condition, attention, and execution, like executive function, like what you do with your hands, people who have essential tremors or Alzheimer or Parkinson's disease. Ginseng has some positive effects on cognitive improvement, especially on memory improvement. So to sum it up, guys, it is proven that ginseng can help you with memory and with things from your brain, staying focused, staying sharp. So I want to bring another medical study, here, and it is going to have the combination of both. What's good about ginkgo and ginseng and so on and so forth. This medical study actually has seven different groups of individuals. And also, for the sake of time, we're not gonna go too deep, but we will do some highlights so you can understand and what I'm talking about. Let me just paste here. Okay, I'm pasting them. link. Perfect. On Zoom, and then I'll paste it later on in other channels. So this medical study is for acute, means like on point. Acute is like happening right now, all of the sudden. That's what the word acute means. Dose dependent cognitive effects of ginkgo biloba, Panax ginseng, and their combination in healthy young volunteers. Differential interactions with cognitive demand. This is a medical study from 2002 of a combination of ginkgo and ginseng. And this is even before we design and produce refine. Now, what does it say? Does it say is literally acute dose dependent cognitive effects of ginkgo and ginseng means that what are the effects immediately, like in the spot or in the first few minutes of taking ginkgo and ginseng. And it is proven. They have taken the ginkgo biloba, which is JK501, you can see it here, and ginseng, which is G115. And those are the extracts of ginkgo and ginseng. That's their medical and scientific terminology and its combination. So the performance on healthy adults, meaning from age 21 and up, during a serial arithmetic task with deferring a cognitive load, which means, they were testing people who are young or younger and healthy. They gave them dosages and they saw that there is a significant improvement in their cognitive function. Now we're going to go down here. The most striking result, however, was a highly significant and sustained increase of the number of serial 7 responses following 320 milligrams of ginkgo and ginseng, a combination, at all post-treatment testing times, which means that at high dosages, you can see like immediate results. That is why we wanted to include the highest possible. We don't have 300, but we have 240 of ginkgo and 200 of ginseng. And you can see that people can actually have a better cognitive output or results. And I'm going to leave you the last one, the last medical study, and then we're going to go with that because I think that for the sake of time, we don't want to be here too long. But this is done, this medical study that I'm going to mention is done on early Alzheimer's disease patients. And what that means is that literally can help people with different conditions. Yes, but it doesn't cure them. Let's be very real. We're not here to cure people, and especially with herbs. I mean, your body's gonna do what your body's gonna do, but we're never going to claim that our product is healing anybody. So, ginseng for cognitive function in Alzheimer's disease. This is really interesting because I'm not gonna read it through completely, but I want you to go deep and see that they did this medical study on Alzheimer's individuals. Let me just type it here. And we're going to have our giveaway. So don't go because you need to be here in order for you to win a refine. Yes. And if you're here and if you have not mentioned your full name and your country, you need to do so on Instagram, on Facebook, or on YouTube, or on Zoom, because we are going to draw names and we're almost there. So anyways, going forward, this medical study assessed the effectiveness of ginseng as an adjunct to drug therapy on cognitive function compared with conventional drug therapy, which means that ginkgo and ginseng, actually ginseng combined with their medical therapy. And thank you so much for those of you in And you are on Instagram. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Send you big hugs and kisses to where you are. You're very special. Okay, we have Enisa from Montenegro, Edina, we have Ramsilla from Kosovo, we have Nadira Smiley from Kosovo, we have Alexander from Serbia, we have Amabella, we have Almira, Amabella from Italy, Elena, where is that you're from, Elena? Please let me know. Also, we have Zoom Benutzer. Please let me know where is that you're connecting from. We're gonna make sure, yeah, Don again is in the United States. So guys, please make sure that you are typing this number so we can get our winners. So going back to this medical study, and those of you on Instagram can't see it, I'm reading here two people on YouTube and on Facebook, but we have the screen and we are on Zoom and we're all showing these medical studies. And this one actually shows that people who have Alzheimer's, and it's a medical study that you can go and find on PubMed.gov, which is the National Library of Medicine in the United States. And literally anybody can access to this library. And on this trial, which means on this medical study, there is a big difference between just using the conventional medicine, the medication for people who have Alzheimer's, and, the combination of just having the drug, the actual medicine for Alzheimer's. There's different medicines that they take, but they're saying that whenever the individuals take ginseng alongside their medications, their cognitive function improves, which is really cool, right? Very, very cool. So, and well, I'm gonna end up with that because I know that we want to make sure that we do um, we do have all of our time that is needed for us to present our winners. But let's end up with this, and I'm gonna show some of our slides here on in Facebook, not Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. So let me know when you see it on Zoom. I know that you guys see it on the other platforms, but what does it help me with? Why would I take ginseng that's inside of Refine? It enhances the mental clarity. It boosts your energy levels naturally, and it achieves enhanced focus daily, which means that if you're in the computer, like me, or maybe you're a student and you are like really focus and you need to complete things, or you are calling people, like maybe you are calling partners or your customers and you are taking notes, you're listening to them, you need to be focused. You don't have to be sick to take Refine or ginkgo and ginseng. You don't have to. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Yes, mental clarity for me, as I told you, and I'll repeat it again, the biggest takeaway is that I can have a collapse in my life, stress and things happening, people getting sick, business going, sideways, things, happening here and there, dealing with different stuff. But this helped me. I'm not saying that it's replacing spirituality or any other things or coffee, but it helps me. I know I'm stressed. I know, like when I have my period, right before my period, ladies, I'm like, I know it's like I need to be careful. I take double Refine during that time, so people I can I can treat people properly. I mean, I like it because it helps me to like tone it down. Like I'm a person that I am a high energy person. I am a perfectionist, and when things don't get done, it's frustrating. I don't like it. But if we're able, of course, with personal development, but why not just come on, just take some Refine and you just chill, like chill. You don't feel like down. You don't feel like whenever you take chamomile or any like of those herbs or flowers that you feel like kind of draggy. You don't feel that way. You are actually feeling sharp. There's stress, but you can handle it and you're energized. you have clarity. And this is powerful. This is super powerful. Yes, it can help us in so many different ways. We're going to talk about the synergy of ginkgo and ginseng. And the synergy between ginkgo and ginseng, which is inside of our amazing refine, is just beautiful because uh, combining ginseng and ginkgo enhances your cognitive functions for better mental performance, which means better focus, better memory. Like you are more prone to be sharpie. Like, you got this. If you're working with numbers, or if you're an accountant or somebody that is working with sheets and facts and figures, this is going to be really great for you. It enhances the focus. It's a combination that supports improved focus and mental clarity during challenging tasks. For women who have hormonal imbalances, is beautiful because you can still have the hormonal imbalances, like whenever you're having your period, but your brain is like, you're in the middle. Your amygdala, because our amygdalas, whenever we are scared, just imagine your amygdala is something like this inside of your brain, right in the middle part, right, uh, close to the back. I don't have a diagram to show you, but I wish next time I will bring it. But whenever you're scared, or you're in an accident, or you're like this, whenever something triggers you, that's the word that we use in psychology. Whenever you are triggered or angry or upset or stressed, you are in the fight or flight mode. And this is how the amygdala is whenever we're not back, to a balanced way of thinking. Don't worry about it, my friend in Nigeria. We got you. We got you. So you see, you can make better decisions whenever you're like this. You can actually talk better to people instead of snapping. And this is not only talking about refine, but it's talking about just life. And there are many different ways, if you live a stressed life, to come back to this. There are, resources. There are, resources available online and offline. There are people who are counselors that can help you and guide you, but also there are supplements that can help you to actually, go back to this. There is a huge population of customers that we have who are patients of Alzheimer, who are patients of essential tremors, or, different, diseases related to age. We have also some really great and beautiful examples of people who have schizophrenia, who have been benefiting from our product because it brings them back to this without being medicated. So, of course, we never advise anybody to just go off the medication. But when people are able to take their meds and still feel like that, or, some doctors, we are very blessed to have some really beautiful doctors in Nashville and in Tennessee that graduate people from their medications. This is beautiful. Not everybody does that. So, um, going back to these demographics of people who have benefited from our products, there also another demographic, huge and big in Europe, and potentially probably caused by many different pollutants and toxins around this area. In in the Balkan area, we also have a huge population of children who have HDHD, who have autism, and not only children but also people. We have a person in Macedonia who had a stroke, which you can find this testimonial. I mean, he's still taking his medication. He's not blaming that or saying that refine cure him or anything. But while he was recovering from this stroke, you can go to New Hope Wellness group on Facebook, and you're going to be able to see a person being on his bed unable to go and use the restroom because of this stroke, and taking our product for some time. I'm not going to tell you it happened overnight. And he started improving on, cognition, which means, cognitive function doesn't only mean that is your brain, but it's like your motor skills, like getting up, getting down, and walking, having good balance. So this person literally stood up after 3 years of being on the bedridden, and it was beautiful. Just brought tears to many people's eyes, including me. We have different testimonials from a mom, and this is from a person that has schizophrenia in Hungary, or a condition close to I'm not sure. If I'm communicating, my apologies. But there was a person in Hungary, which it's schizophrenia. Yes, now I remember. Her son was 21 years old, and he was in bed. He didn't want to do anything, depressed. She was taking care of him, and she drove 200 miles, approximately close to 300 miles, to see me and my husband, just to say thank you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. You're welcome. I mean, you can find these other products also elsewhere, but it's just beautiful to see, not the products, but the ingredients. But it's beautiful to see that people are actually thankful. This guy is not off his medications. We're not claiming that we heal him, nothing such. But, her son actually was able to, one day out of nowhere, and he was taking Refine, he stood up from his bed and went and got his mom breakfast. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? That just out of, like, the heart, out of the not the heart, but out of this situation, it can touch your heart, just, and that is what we do, because I'm not here only to just give you facts and information. But if it's your family member, it changes everything. If it's your dad, it's just, it doesn't have any price. Like, I see my father, he is 83 years old. He is moving better. He is having improvements on his speech. He has essential tremors. And for me, it's important that I see him healthy. So imagine other people, it helps. It's beautiful. It's amazing. So let's go to the last part. I and this last part, we want to introduce you, and probably you already know what it is, and that is our amazing refine. So I am going to invite you to use it, to not only use it, but try it. Have never tried it. It's really great. Some people say that they have tried it topically. They put it on their skin and it helps them with pain. Well, I don't know how that works, but if it works, that's amazing. And go ahead and try it. If you have never tried it, if this is your first video, and if you're here for the first time on either platform, give it a try. Give it a try. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. They recommend, there are medical studies, the trials, not me, the trials of the ingredients recommend 3 to 4 months consistently. 3 to 4 months for you to be seeing a result. We have ways for you to take it, at a discounted price. Some of the people here in these calls will guide you how to take it discounted, or even for free. There are people who are struggling through, life, and it's okay. That's why our product is not uh, prohibitively expensive, because it's not. I think it's very reasonable, and especially for those of us who are stressed, who have problems with cognition, mental clarity. If you're dragging all the time, if you don't know how you're gonna make it out of bed, or how you're gonna make it to work, this is a product for you. If you have issues with your amygdala, like me, because I'm a survivor of domestic violence, it's huge. It's huge that you remain centered, that you remain in your core, that you remain, back in your place and completely at peace, because you make better decisions instead of snapping, instead of just being completely alert. So it's good for that too. For people who have Alzheimer's, as I mentioned, there's medical trials that suggest that people improve in their health. And people with different conditions can benefit as well. And the last but not the least, yes, we're all a little bit over time, and we have our winner. I'm going to disclose it. We have actually we have let me see. Yes, it's one winner, and I'll tell you in a second. But the last and not the least is this. Refine is also good for libido for men and women. Like, if, and this is big in Nigeria, they're very outspoken about it, and we have testimonials where men were coming, oh, my married life improved with this product. Well, it's true. It's true, because it improves the oxygenation. So when women or men have, like, libido, it's like, well, I'm tired, I'm stressed, or I don't know about it. But whenever you are, center your amygdala, it's okay. Yes, there's a mess going everywhere, like, just bills flying here, people just calling you names, or just life happening. But your center, of course, you can use prayer, you can use spirituality and all those things, but why not use, and also medications, but why not use something that is going to actually bring you, a little bit of improvement in your health, and it's natural, so it's powerful. So with that said, the last part, if you're taking blood thinners, like I am taking blood thinners because I had a horrible DVT. I don't know if I've ever told you. Did I tell you guys on Zoom? I know that you know me more personally. I had a blood clot right here. Big, big, ugly DVT. I'm on blood thinners. I cannot take Refine, unfortunately, until in just a few days. It's really great. So uh, I think that let me see. Yes, our team is ready, and they're telling me that I'm talking too much. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. But anyways, I had the DVT. If you're taking blood thinners, you can't take it, and the reason why, and not take these. Medical personnel know this. If you're taking ginseng, stop taking it whenever you are with blood thinners, because this is a blood thinner. This is like a natural blood thinner. I'm not saying that you should stop your blood thinners and use Refine. That's never what I said. I'm taking medications called Lovenox. It's horrible. I inject it, every single day. It leaves you bruises. Is disgusting. But I rather that than having a stroke, or, God forbid, just dying out of a blood clot. So if you're taking that, don't take Refine. If you have, you can take these alongside, for heart health, alongside your aspirin, or you can replace it, but you can ask your doctor. My mom was using aspirin, and I'm not saying these that you should replace your medications at all, but her doctor, her PCP, actually put her on this ginseng, and she said, remove the aspirin, and we're just gonna put you on this, because her doctor is such a holistical doctor. They are really careful on giving the least medications that you need, and that's what we need in our life. We need people who have the heart, people who improve our lives and help us just get off medications. And I'm not telling you to stop your medications. That's not what I said. You need to be very wise. You need to be very careful with what they tell you, because not because you want to do something natural, you're gonna end up dead. I'm serious. I had a friend, and I have the name. I know her, and Alexander is freaking out. I'm okay, Alexander. I have 3 or 4 more days after 3 months. I went to the hospital. It was scary. 3 months ago, I was in the hospital. I don't usually post this online. Sometimes Dino likes it. I don't. I don't enjoy it when people put me on spot when I'm in the hospital or sick. Um, but I'm doing great. So going back to what I was going to tell you, yes, I know we have the winner, and they're asking me to, to just go ahead. My apologies, guys, but I need to say this because it's super important. If you do have a kidney transplant or an organ transplant, you can't take Refine. So be very careful. Those of you who are actually promoters or, partners in NH Global, be careful, because this can actually damage somebody's life. So if somebody has an organ transplant, don't take it. Why? Because refine its properties. The ginkgo and the ginseng actually help your body fight disease, improves the immunity. So whenever, let's say that you have a kidney that was transplanted, well, your body is going to attack the kidney. That's not what you want, because your body will improve also on its immunity. So with that said, I think that's the only conditions. If you have kids, these are not dosages for kids. However, there are milligrams here for adults. So if you want to know the dosages, don't go to support on NH Global, because they will not give you an answer. They will send you with your doctor. If you have kids and if you want them to take these for school, like as a mom, I'm just going to be very honest. If I can reach my doctor, and I'm not telling you to do this, but this is what I did with my kids. If I had a multivitamin or an herb like this is like an herb or multivitamin, I literally just use common sense. How much do I weigh? Oh, I weigh this much kilos or pounds. Okay, how much do they weigh? They weigh this much. Oh, okay, so I'm probably not gonna give them these because it's too much, or I don't know the answer. Or, sometimes I'll just divide it in four if it's a small child. And you need to be careful, because if you have a child that has an illness or a medical condition, you need to consult with the doctor. So with that said, we're going to go to the winner. And the winner is going to be, and I have it here, it's going to be a person from Germany. I don't know where you are, because they just sent me this here on our private chat. And it's a person from Germany, and her name is Esmira Veligi. Smira Velgi from Germany. Smira, if I pronounce your name wrongly, my apologies. I wouldn't do that if I knew German, or, I think it's Balkan. If you're here on Instagram, please tell me I'm here. If you're here on YouTube or on Facebook, let me know. Or if you're on Zoom, please also let me know, Esmira. And if you're not here, we're gonna select another one. So we're gonna give you less than a few seconds. Are you here, Esmira? Is Esmira here? Somebody sees her? Oh, she's on Zoom. Esmira, are you listening? Come on, girl, because if not, we're gonna go move forward. Esmira, I think she put us on mute and she's cooking. Or okay. Okay, I'm here. Esmira. All right. Yeah, she said yes. Okay. So, Esmira, please. Esmira, please go to support at New Hope Global. And if you have an order, or if you just place an order, and let me know, Esmira, is this your first time? Are you a first time customer? Are you a partner? Just type here, partner. If somebody wants to translate for her, please let me know. Or if she's just somebody that is, just seeing us here, let me know. But go to support if you have an order that already you placed yesterday or today. Make sure that you go immediately so they can ship this out with your price, because we are an eco company. We are trying, and we will always strive to be low emissions, because we love our world. So make sure that you contact them, and if you have a shipment already going, so you can have your fine. So anyways, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk. We're gonna probably wrap up, we're gonna do another refined talk, but it's gonna be like all together, not just one or two, but we're gonna talk about the synergy and the entire benefits next week. So I hope to see you. God